All right, so today we're going to make some jalapeno cheddar sausage. We're going to grind the sausage. I got my jalapenos, my cheddar, just chopped up all the meat. So we're going to grind it up, mix it all together, get it into some natural hog casings, and get it on the smoker today. So we'll see how this turns out. First time I'm going to try this recipe. I'm on a hunt to find the perfect sausage recipe. So I'm looking stuff up online, I'm tweaking recipes, and I'm going to find the perfect sausage recipe one day. So here we go. Just going to finish cutting up the cheese here. We'll get out all the other ingredients, and we'll give this a go. Let me tell you what got me started on the search for the perfect sausage is that I went down to Texas a while back, and I went to Hard Eights Barbecue there in, I think, Copel. Oh man, was that sausage delicious. It was the best sausage I had had up until that point, and up to today. But I'm on the quest to find something as good or better than that smoked sausage recipe, because I'm in here in Missouri and I can't make a drive down to Texas every time I want some good sausage. And there's nothing here in Missouri, at least in the area that I'm in, that compares. So we've got to find the perfect sausage. All right, now that we have our 5 ounces of cheddar cheese, and we have sharp cheddar cheese is what we're using today, we're going to chop up these jalapenos. We got 6 jalapenos we're going to add today. All right, now that we got our cheddar and jalapenos chopped up, I'm going to go grab the meat. So we have 2 pounds of beef, 2.5 pounds of pork butt, and a 1/2 pound of pork fat. And so we're going to make 5 pounds of sausage today. We'll get it stuffed in the casings, get it on the smoker. And what I'm doing is I'm freezing all of the stuff I'm using to grind it. So the grinder itself, the pan that it's going to go into, the meat. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so we got a rough chop on it. We're going to change out the blades here and go down to a little bit smaller size. Now I'm going to go get the bread. We're going to season this as well, and I'll show you what seasonings we're going to do to it. And we'll mix all this up again on the little bit smaller blade, and then we'll start stuffing. All right, so now we're going to add our seasonings. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic granules. We'll do 2 tablespoons coarse black pepper, 2 tablespoons mustard seed, tablespoon of paprika, and we'll do 3 tablespoons of salt here. All right, now that we got those ingredients added, we'll go ahead and mix it up, run it through again on that smaller grinder. And what we did was we just added 4 pieces of just regular Sara Lee sandwich bread. And that'll help soak up some of those juices as it's cooking and make it just a little bit more juicy. All right, so let's get this grinding again here. Okay, so now we're going to add the cheddar and the jalapenos to the mix here. And in the time that I've been making sausage, I've done it a dozen or so times. I learned a little trick to actually cook some of this up without the casing. Just take a little piece, fry it up, make sure it tastes good before you actually stuff it into the casings. All right, so what we did with the casings is we took them out of the package, rinsed all the salt off, put them in some warm water for 30, 40 minutes, took out that water, put in new water for 30, 40 minutes. And that whole time, all of our equipment, again, was in the freezer just to make sure it's cold and ready to rock and roll for us to stuff these and make that process as easy as possible. So let's go ahead and get the casings on the stuffer. All right, so we got our sausage ready. We got our smoker going. One last thing we're gonna do is decide how long we want our links to be. And I'm gonna go about 5 inches. I'm gonna make them pretty small. So what I like to do is I'll turn one way, and then the next one I'll turn the other way. All right, so we got our sausages all linked up here. We're gonna get them here on the smoker, and we're running it between 220, 225. I don't want a wide range, so we're gonna check them probably 3-4 hours is how long this will take, but we'll check them every hour just to make sure. I got a probe in here to make sure the temp is staying pretty steady, and then I got a thermometer that will check the temp on these to make sure they're done. Let's get them on. All right, so these have hit a safe internal temperature of 160. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them off, let them sit for about 5 minutes. We'll take them inside and cut into them and see how they taste. All right, so we got these inside. They've rested for a few minutes here. Now we're gonna cut into one, taste it, see how they turned out. They look great. So let's get started here. Just cut one of these middle ones off. So. Juicy. I think I would have liked it a little bit more coarse, so maybe running it through the second time wasn't a great idea. But they look great. And they taste great too. All right, just some final thoughts here. They turned out fantastic. They taste great. Next time I'm not going to run it through the grinder a second time. I'll just run it through once and then start stuffing them. And I think that'll be fantastic. So definitely a recipe I'm going to save and try again. And one of the better recipes that I've done. So I really like it. You should definitely try it.